Hey guys, welcome back to D&M Motorsports. Today we actually have something really spectacular for you. This is the all-new, first on the ground here, 2011 Campagna V13R. The V13R starts its life as a hand-built tubular steel frame, constructed similarly to what you would find on a modern-day race car. The lightweight steel frame features a removable subframe assembly, roll bars, and the swing arm is made from reinforced tubular steel. This design creates a small but lightweight car while retaining extreme structural integrity. It's a very solid ride. Even though the architecture hasn't changed much, the design of this car is radically different from the original T-Rex. But if you look in the back, one of the other biggest improvements, I shouldn't even say improvement, the character difference, is that this is a Harley-Davidson V-twin motor in here. The difference between this and the Kawasaki engine is the Kawasaki engine has, I think, a 13,000 RPM redline, whereas this one redlines at 9. You've got a lot more power on the low end with this. Just makes it a nicer driver overall. The torque does definitely add to the daily driving. With its traditional vibratory rumble, the Harley-Davidson V-twin is connected to a 5-speed manual transmission with a mechanical reverse gear. Simple to modulate, the transmission is actuated by a floor-mounted console shifter with a traditional clutch pedal. Just get up close to the intricacy of the suspension. I mean, if you look at this, it actually has the optional chrome kit, but exposed coilover shocks there. Willwood brakes that are built right into the 17-inch wheel here. It is 17 front, and the single rear wheel is an 18-inch. But the attention to detail is amazing, and the craftsmanship looks stunning throughout this car. Front independent suspension features coilover shocks, making every effort to maximize tire contact with the road. The rear swing arm is attached to the 18-inch rear tire, which effectively puts the power down to the road. The exceptional Willwood braking system delivers race car caliber stopping power in an instant. You do get some space up front here. There's a small trunk. Go ahead and pop that and flip this open to the front. Definitely an improvement over what you got on the last one, which was nothing. A distinct characteristic again of the Campagna cars is the single rear wheel. Now this is a gigantic rear tire, 295 wide, to be specific, it's 295/35 ZR18. So this is 1 inch in diameter larger than what you find on the front. Really gives a very interesting sense of speed when you drive this car. It drives like no other, but obviously you need a lot of rubber back here to put this kind of power down. Interior features are minimal, and it's supposed to be that way. Leather seats hold 2 occupants. With such a stiff structure, the ride is remarkably calm. The driving experience is like no other, such a pure, unfiltered experience. Steering and brakes provide lots of feedback, and when you put the power down to accelerate, the new Harley-Davidson powertrain adds character, the voice of American muscle at the heart of such an exotic machine. There's no doors on here, so you actually just have to step over, but what adds to the ease of ingress and egress is the removable steering wheel. So I'll take that off, throw my one foot over, get my other over too, drop myself right in, fasten the steering wheel right back on, and I'm in. Very simple layout, much less complicated than the other. Not that that was even complicated, but you really only have a tachometer, a speedometer, and a fuel gauge on here. Sequential shift right here, traditional turn signal. One thing with the original T-Rex is that you still had the gauge cluster from what is essentially a Kawasaki motorcycle on here. And this one actually has a traditional turn signal, and it is a turnkey ignition. It's not a push-button ignition like it used to be, but much cooler. I actually like this layout a lot better because you do have somewhat of a closure, whereas the other car was wide open. But you've actually got room for 2 people in here to sit relatively comfortably. I think Dave and I might even go for a ride if it ever warms up. And since it's a turnkey, all you gotta do to get going, put the key in the ignition, start it right up. If you're looking for an exciting, radical, and exclusive ride, you can order yourself a brand new Campagna V13R for your very own. Contact the Campagna sales team at D&M Motorsports. You can find them online at dmautosales.com.